Right. I am ready. So we're gonna start soon. Let me launch the Unreal project. And let's start now. All right. Hello, everybody. So here is what we did the last time. So the last time we were working on the animation for the main character. So we have a couple of attacks for the main character, which is super cool because when we had the attack, we had everything that we needed to replace the mannequin dummy with the new proper character mesh in Unreal, and that's what we did. And I was super pleased to see that the conversion, the replacement was super easy, really. Not so much bug. I wasn't expecting that I would manage to do it as quick as I did, so I was really pleased with that. That's mean the system I built in Unreal, it's not so bad. It's workable, and it's not that buggy. There is a lot of bug, but it's not. It's nothing that's prevent me to keep working. So that's super cool. That's a really good news. Monsieur Ramlol, que faites-vous ici? Pas de NFT. Hein. Alors là, c'est un ban direct. But yeah, so that's the thing. So let's see. Now that Unreal just load up, I can show where we were. So that's the thing. That's where we are. Let me take my controller, see if it's working. It does. And you see that we built a couple of animation for our main character, which was super cool. Because we can see that the everything is working properly. When I say everything is working properly, I mean the animation, all the animation are firing at the right time when I'm clicking on the right button. Watching the boss. C'est pas un peu tard, non, en Belgique, là, en ce moment-là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Tu dors pas? Tu rentres encore d'un bar, hein, j'imagine? Je vois que ça. But yeah, that's super cool. So, what we're gonna do today? Today, there is a couple of animation I want to fix. Mainly the... Probably we're gonna start with the jump animation, which is really bad. Actually, it's not the worst. There is just a couple of things that need to be fixed. Mainly the arms that's staying in the air doesn't make any sense. It's not natural. So that's the kind of thing that we're gonna fix. I want to fix the dodge. The animation is really clunky right now. We got some twitching things that's going on. It's mainly because we did the animation before even trying the animation into the system. So now that we plug the animation in the system, we realize the timing of the animation is completely off. So we're gonna have to rework the timing for those animation. But all these things, I don't think it's gonna be really challenging. I don't think it's gonna be it's gonna take us a lot of time anyway. Even if I'm trying to improve this animation, I don't want to make any polished animation. It's not the right time to make any polished animation. It's we are still in the early development, so the idea that everything is gonna be scrapped at one point is still very possible. So we don't want to spend too much time on trying to make things really polished and really spending really time on details. I don't think it's the right time. So that's what we're gonna do, and then I think one cool thing would be to work on maybe on the heavy animation, heavy attack animation. So that's mean everything that's involve the sword in the back. So we got everything that is light animation is attacks coming from the sword in his hands, so in his right hand, because the sword is a little bit lighter. It feels like it's a little bit lighter than the one in the back. So we have two buttons for the attack. We got the light attack button and we got the heavy attack button. And the light attack button, this is the sequence for the light attack combo. So that's mean it's what happening when I'm mashing the light attack. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do a sequence with the heavy button. I think it's gonna be cool. So that's we're gonna be able to maybe even mix between we're gonna be able to mix between the sequence. Like for example, we're gonna be able to work on sequences like light, light, heavy, heavy, light, or light, heavy, heavy, light, light, something like this, you know. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So the this heavy combo sequence, it's gonna take us a couple of stream, that's for sure. I don't think we're gonna finish this tonight. I'm pretty sure that we won't be able. But just to give everybody a heads up on what I plan to do after that, it's probably, I think we're gonna have everything we need to start working for real on the combat system. When I'm saying the combat system, it's everything that is a little bit more scripted and the game feel actually. So right now, one of the things that is really bugging me is that for some reason, after 3 hits, you see that the enemy doesn't take any more hits for some reason. I don't know why. So that's the kind of little thing that we're gonna have to fix. That's the bug that we're gonna have to fix before after that's improving the game feel of the combat. So that's all. That's all that's all we plan to do. Hey Izuku Midori, comment ça va? Bien ou bien BG? Bah bien. J'espère que c'est la même chose pour toi. Qu'est-ce que t'en penses des animations? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses du combat? C'est pas mal, hein? Non, on avance, hein? Regarde ça. Babadabadabadam. Bim. C'est vraiment cool. Ah, et une chose aussi. Parce que là, on fait des streams, on fait des animations, etc. dans les streams, mais quand je suis pas en stream, je continue à travailler sur le projet quand même. Je vais switch en anglais. Mais yeah, so when I'm not live streaming and I'm not working on the combat animation, I'm still working on the game. So what I did was working on the design for the guy that is following you around. So the spirit that you see in the back, I started to work on the design, but because that's something that we're gonna need. So also, if we want to improve the combat system, we're gonna have to have a proper mesh for the spirit in the back, so that we can start working on the interaction of the spirit with the combat system, and that's gonna be necessary for working on the combat field. And so that's what I've been doing lately, and I'm gonna show you what I did. It's in wait a minute, in stand. So it's still a concept, yes. So that's the thing. I try to think a bit about that, and so we got a lot of names that are already used in other IPs. So I know that so far I've been using the term stand because it's coming from the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it probably what's the closest things that this guy is. So that's why I've been calling this stand. But obviously I can in my game, in the final version, I can call that a stand. It would be too it would be copying, you know, it wouldn't be original. So I tried to think a little bit. I had the idea to come with the term jinn. Jinn is the name in Arabic for what we call genie. So you could think about the genie in Aladdin, and in Arabic it's called a jinn. But the history of jinns coming way back, so that means even in the pre-Islamic era of the Arabian Peninsula, people had different belief, and there were in those beliefs there was they were praying for jinn. So the jinn was kind of like spirit in this belief, and I think it's pretty cool to have something. It's pretty close to what I'm trying to do, because the game is in Central Asia, so the Middle Eastern influence is really present. It's you should have a strong Middle Eastern inspiration, even if the Arabian Peninsula is not really in the Middle East, but it's a little bit outside. No, I mean not Middle East, Central Asia. It's different from the Central Asia region. So that's one thing I thought would be pretty cool. It's to call them jinn because of that. The reason that makes me think that I'm not 100% sure that it's a good idea is I'm not sure if it's a good idea to bring too much elements from the real world into my game, which is not in the real world. So I'm still not sure if actually I want to bring that much real world details and references in my game. So that's the idea of jinn is, I think, is a pretty cool direction, but I'm still not 100% sure that's what I want. So we're gonna keep thinking about this, but definitely I think it's better to call that jinn than spirits, or maybe I don't know. You just keep that in mind. That I'm still trying to figure out what would be the name. Maybe it would be a name completely invented. That could be something that's a word that I would invent that has no equivalent in the real world. It could be. Vivement la fin de ce jeu. Ouh, là on n'y est pas encore. Hein. Là va falloir être patient, mon pote, hein, parce que là je pense que on est parti pour au moins minimum 3 ans, mais c'est impossible, et plutôt autour de 4-5 ans là, je pense, de développement là. Et peut-être même plus. Donc c'est comme ça que je le vois pour l'instant. Okay, so that's the design for the spirit that I got so far. The idea I got is this guy can materialize features when it's needed, depending on the situation. So you see that in the game, if you are dodging and the guy is charging up, and when he's rushing to you, he's got wings that is appearing in his back. Same thing when he's attacking, he's got some kind of fist also that is materializing and disappear when he's done attacking. So that's the that's gonna be his feature to these guys, to this spirit or jinn. And I try also to think a bit of the design of this kind of thing. So I think I want to go with 3 pair of wings for something really majestuous, you know, that's taking a lot of on the screen. That could be cool. Bah j'attends l'ouverture de pied ferme. Ah, c'est gentil. C'est gentil, Wave. C'est gentil pour ta patience. So yeah, so that's the wings and the fists. So the fists would look a little bit like this, maybe a little bit more defined, a little bit more. I think I like the fist actually. It's pretty cool. So that would be the idea for the the spirit, and I'm still keeping this kind of chinchilla vibe. So that's why you got this chinchilla ear. You know, I want to keep that. There is a link. There is a connection between this spirit and the chinchilla that's gonna be in your guest house. You know. But that's it. That's it for the spirit. That's all I wanted to show you for today, and I'm still keeping working on this and trying to find a good design for that. But let's go back to our animation. I'm gonna have to work on this. So here we are in our Blender files where we started working on the light attack animation. Oh wait, I already forgot the what I needed to do. The priority. The priority right now, I wanted to improve the jump, the dodge. So let's go with that. So for the jump and the dash, it's in another file. So we need to open this. No, I don't want to save. It's in the locomotion file. Let's go with that. All right, so let me find the jump start. That's the one that we need to improve. So what I don't like is the you know, the right arm that is too high. That doesn't make any sense when you're jumping, I think. Let's try to find some references, because I'm a little bit lost on the what would look cool for an animation. So let's go to maybe YouTube. Let's see what kind of references would be good to check. I like to check combat game, because you have a lot of details. The character are big on the screen, and there is one that I'm playing recently, mostly because I find it to be beautiful in terms of visually. It's really beautiful. It's the Ground Blue Fantasy Versus. Might be a good idea to look a little bit at some references, maybe. So let me, yeah, it's a little bit too speedy. I'm gonna put it really slow. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a jump. Yeah, but every time it seems like it's cut every time. So come on, buddy, jump. But even the VFX is really cool. It might not be the best. Okay, can you play the game, please? Nope, not a good one too. Let's see. Oh, okay, I think we're gonna have some jump here. Single jump. Nobody is jumping in this game, or what? That's crazy. Okay. Okay, so there is a jump, and just at the end, there is the end is just staying below the head actually. So maybe let's try to modify this. Okay, let me. I'm gonna hide the armature, it's a little bit annoying. It doesn't look in front of her, that's an issue. Awesome looking project, dude. Thank you, Vandalism. Thanks, man. What made you decide to look at this 2D fighting game from jump animation instead of other like Guilty Gear Strive? I don't know, but I really like the the overall visual style, and I also think that I bought this game last week. The reason why I bought the game, the initial reason was because of the VFX. I have a feeling that the VFX is gonna be more close to what I will want to try to go for rather than Guilty Gear Strive, which is really cool also. But I get a feeling that maybe this game has a VFX art direction for the VFX a little bit more closer to what I'm gonna try to go. So that was my primary reason why I bought the game. But now that I got the game, I'm also checking all the other animation, you know. But yeah, so let's go back to Blender. All right, so I said that I didn't like it that the character wasn't looking in front of her. Same thing here. Okay. Let me see if the jump look better. I think we are close to something better. No, I mean it is better, and we are close to have something that is good enough. I just want maybe to relax a little bit the transition for the arm. And probably for the Some stuff to have you look from the Arc system fighting games overall. Yes, yeah. It's if you are also into the visual for the of the Arc system game, I suggest you to check this GDC talk. Oh, I forgot the name of the. Yeah, I forgot the name of the guy that was giving the GDC talk, but it's if you type Guilty Gear. Yeah, the art style, the X Factor. So it's Junior. Junior, the name of this guy, Junior Motomura. And yeah, he's going through the how the this process for making the you know the art direction, really typical art direction of the Guilty Gear, and it's really fucked up. It's a workflow really fucked up. It's really alien for me. It's like relearning the 3D. You know, it's really different from what I've been used to do. And if you are into this kind of thing, I really suggest you to check this because it's really super interesting. This guy is a genius. All right, so let's go back to our animation. All right, I think I prefer this. It's a little bit less janky. So I think the jump start is good enough. Now we can start working on the looping animation when she's in the air. I'm gonna delete all the yeah, I'm gonna delete all the key. We're gonna make it properly. I feel like not many other devs go into so much detail on their process. Yeah, especially from Japanese studio. Yeah, they are a little bit more close into their workflow, and it's super cool to see how they are working because it's really interesting. It's most of the time, especially in this talk, it's really a different approach that for me, I really wasn't expecting that we could build things the way this guy was doing. It was really an eye-opener, you know. It's really interesting. All right, so I'm gonna put a key on all of them. I'm gonna put some animation. So that's a start. I really like the look of the combat you're going for. Were you influenced by some of the best combat design like DMC5 and Metal Gear Rising? Yes, and Bayonetta. Bayonetta is probably my favorite game of all time, with the DMC5 and Metal Gear Rising are also in the, I would say in the top, let's say top 20, something like that, maybe top 50, but yeah, all those games influenced me for making the game I'm doing right now. It's I love those kind of game, and I love platinum games, you know. I have Bayonetta, but I haven't started yet. It's really cool. It's a little bit different than DMC, I would say, because it's in Bayonetta you are even more aggressive than in DMC, because you got this the dodging is really permissive, and it's I always found that in the dodge in DMC was a little bit clunky, because it required to have a it's not just a one button for doing the dodge. It's a little bit of manipulation. Yeah, but the combat is so good, and the richness of the the deepness of the combo is amazing, especially with Dante. It's crazy. It's crazy, and especially just Dante is fucking deep in the combat, and they also put, you know, Vergil and V, and it's they are even more character. It's amazing. It's DMC5 is really amazing. It's a different feeling from Bayonetta, but yeah, this game is a gem. All right, so there is a weird, yeah, well, we'll fix that later. I stop asking too many questions though. I think I'm stopping you from I don't worry, man. I love that. I love that. It's my own fault not being able to talk and walk at the same time. Okay, that's interesting, but I feel like, yeah, she's moving the legs a little bit too much. And a little bit too robotic, I would say. So this one is the loop when she's in the air, you know, it's maybe we need to have, actually we need to add more frame for that. I have the feeling that's yeah. All right, so let's go with something like that. I just want to fix a little bit the looping of the foot, so let me we need to, first of all, I'm gonna fix the L animations. The X and the X is fine. Let me see the yeah, okay, so the this one needs a little bit of tweaking on the curve. This and also the C. We're gonna have the same issue, so a little bit of tweaking for that. All right, so no more weird switching, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So is that the animation that would play at the peak of the jump? It's every time that you are in the air, and like this animation, it's when you are hitting the jump button, you know, so it's gonna start to do this, and then it's gonna do this animation until you reach the ground. So if you are doing a really big jump, you're gonna be staying, you're gonna start with this animation, and then you're gonna be staying in this looping animation in the air, you know, until you reach the ground. And sometimes it can also be like, let's say you're walking off a ledge, you know, you don't jump, you're just walking off a ledge, and you walking into the empty. It's gonna right away, it's gonna start with that, so you won't have this animation at the beginning. That's the idea. All right, so let me bring this. This one is interesting. I think I just need to fix this curve here. This one also only need on the end. So this one, so let me see. First of all, we might, because if we want to have a loop, we're gonna have to have something like this, and I don't think I want to have. Yeah. Let me see how it's looking when I'm actually speed up a little bit the animation. Yeah, I think it's better. Let's improve this. The torso is a little bit too robotic for now. Maybe we could lift a little bit the arm. Feel like it might be moving a little bit too much on the and since she is jumping, maybe it would be the right time to actually look down. Oh no, maybe not look down, because she could be in air combo, so the enemy could be also at the same position. I think we're gonna stay this angle for the head. I think it's gonna be fine. Maybe if I'm just grabbing this one. Alright, and if I don't want to be that robotic, I could try to bring some delays into the like for example, the torso could be moving. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea. Alright, maybe let's just go with that, and let's test already in game to make sure that we are on the right path. I don't really know much about animation, but I enjoy watching the process. Animation is really fun. So when working on this animation, do you have to choose how the physics of the clothes will react to the movement as well? Not necessarily. You see that I'm doing nothing for the physics in Blender. The reason why it's already set up in Unreal to make sure that you see some of the part of the character is physically simulated. Not all the character, but some of the parts. So you see that the strap in the back. You got the scarf also is doing stuff, and in Blender I can't do the simulation, but I know that it's gonna be simulated in Unreal, so that's why I don't care to animate this in Blender. And so that's why also it's always good to test as much as you can your animation in Unreal, because it's good to see your animation you're working on with all the feature like the animation, the physics simulating and stuff like that. Alright, so let's go humanoid hero. We want to... I didn't export anything. Forgot about that. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my armature. That's what we want to export. Export anim. We are in anim. Oh, I need to go to export anim locomotion, and I want this one is the jump loop. Again, dude, the character design is so good. Thanks, man. Really, thank you. All the color pop out at you. Looks great in Unreal. Is that the new Unreal Engine? No, it's the old one. But I'm waiting for the stable version before doing the conversion to the Unreal Engine 5. But it should happen, from what I understand from Epic, and the news I've been reading from Epic, it should happen beginning of the next year. But I don't want to make the jump on early access because it can be a little bit buggy, and you know, I prefer to be a little bit patient. That makes sense. Better to stick to the stable Unreal for now. Yeah, exactly. I think it makes sense. All right, so let's. Do you see the jump in here? Yes, the jump loop is here. Re-import. That's the animation. All right, we don't have the sword, but it's fine. And let's do the same thing for the jump start. So it's gonna be from starting from here and ending to there. I'm gonna export the FBX. All right. I'm gonna save the file. That's really important. And we're gonna import the re-import the jump loop, jump start. Sorry. All right. So now we should have. Okay. I feel like. I feel like the jump loop is lacking some. Yeah, it's too static actually. It should have the legs a little bit. Should have the legs a little bit, you know, bend and stuff like that. Right now, the silhouette is really not terrible. It looks cooler, but could be better. It definitely could be better. So let's fix that before continuing. So I think what I'm gonna do is the jump. No, you know what? So I'm gonna create another key for the jump start. I'm gonna create another key. So this one is gonna be something like that. We want to have leg way higher actually, and it's also a little bit. Yeah, I think the silhouette is way better this way. And let's try to keep the knees a little bit closer to each other. I think I first heard of you many years back when I was following your AOT project. Yeah, it's me. It's I've been working on the AOT project a while back, but that was the beginning of my game developer adventure. It was really cool, and it helps me know that I can make game. You know, it was really cool because it built my confidence. It built my confidence in me, saying, "No, I think I can do. I think I can make game." You know, and so that was super cool. But at some point in the during the AOT fan game, I lost the interest because it wasn't my universe. So I lost a little bit of motivation. It wasn't my universe. It wasn't something I I created from scratch. It wasn't my characters, it wasn't my world, it wasn't my story, so it felt a little bit frustrating, and I wanted to do everything by myself, especially you know the big universe. So that's why I stopped, and I'm doing this now. Hey, cool reactivities, how you doing? Your models and animation looks top notch. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you like it. Thank you very much. All right, so I think I think this animation, this pose is gonna look better. And we're gonna loop. So I'm gonna put a key on everything. Let me see if I can simply whoop. Okay, so I think we have some foot locking here. I don't like that. What I mean by foot locking, it's when the legs is I'm just gonna put one key, make sure that the legs is not fully extended at this point. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe some... For sure, you probably got a lot of expert for that, I get that. I'm just wondering how powerful is your PC to run all of this? It's not that powerful, to be honest. It's the proc is a Ryzen 2700X, and the CG card is GTX 1060 with 3 GB of RAM. And for the RAM for the main computer, I already forgot. I have 32 GB of RAM. So that's my computer. It's not that powerful, to be honest. All right, so that's the jump start. Let's work on the jump loop with our new animation. So I'm gonna put that. Wow, made a mistake there. I'm gonna duplicate this. Yeah, obviously everything is wrong, so yeah, it's a little bit robotic, but I'm just gonna export it like this for now. I want to test it in Unreal to have an idea of the feeling, how it's looking in Unreal and during gameplay. So I'm just gonna export this this way. It's not perfect, but it's gonna be alright. I guess RAM is super important with program like this. Yes, RAM is super important. You need to have a lot of RAM, the more the most you can. Really, really important. Okay, so that's our jump loop, and let's export the jump start. Let me save everything first. Okay, and export. All right. Jump loop, jump start, re-import both of them. And let's see how it's looking in game. All right, so I think it's way better. Yeah, there is this kind of maybe I can fix this. I think I'm gonna have to go into my blueprint anim. As you see, there is this kind of I don't know if it's in the let me check this. Let me check if we can improve that. I'm not sure we can improve this, but it doesn't hurt to try. So it's the transition between the jump start and the jump loop. We want to have a blend setting of around, let's bump that to maybe 0.5. Just, it's too much. I already know that it's too much, but I want to see if it's improving this. It does improve this, and I actually doesn't think it's too much actually. I'm gonna go with 0.4, but I don't think it's that bad actually. Okay, so I think we're gonna keep it that way. And you see what I mean is if I'm walking off a ledge, I'm gonna go directly into the jump loop animation, and we're gonna bypass the jump start. So, oh, nope, actually nope. That's a problem. That's an issue. So if I'm doing a big jump, we're gonna do a looping animation that's doing this stuff. But you saw that. That's interesting. I don't know why. This didn't fire. Let me put that on my second screen so that I can debug this. So let me see. This one. Okay, so let me see. When I'm doing this, yes, it's firing correctly. When I'm doing this, it doesn't fire. It doesn't fire because it seems like it doesn't detect I'm falling, if I understand correctly. Alright, that's probably something that we're gonna have to right now. I want to keep this stream animation. This bug is a little bit deeper than I thought, so maybe we'll keep that for another day. Looking smooth, man. I see now. Well, not so much because it doesn't work for some reason. So I'm staying into my running animation even if I'm walking off the ledge. So that's an issue. I'm gonna have to fix it. The good thing is when I'm jumping, I'm staying into this looping jump animation until I reach the ground, so that's pretty good. Later we can do a landing animation, so that's when I'm hitting the ground, and if I did a jump that was of a certain height, we could say that we could fire on landing animation. So do you see the character is worm, you know? What about if you walk off the ledge and stop moving while you are falling? It's gonna be the same thing, I'm pretty sure, because the issue is that the system doesn't recognize that I'm falling. It's not a speed issue. You see that I was walking, but I wasn't falling, so it's not the right animation. It doesn't detect that I'm falling. It's just that detecting there is a speed, so that's why it's making me walk, because the walking running animation is based on the speed, but the falling animation should override the walking animation. So that's gonna be a bug that we're gonna have to fix for later. I want to keep this today. I want to keep this animation only, you know. And so now the other thing I wanted to fix was the blinking animation. I think we are done with the jump animation. I like the jump animation. Yeah, the jump animation is working, but now we need to fix this blinking stuff. There is this kind of, the timing is completely off, so you're seeing the character doing a like this at the end, which really weird. So we're gonna fix that. The combat animation looks so clean. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. I'm really glad you like it. And keep in mind, it's not the polished version. It's just the functional version of the animation. I hope that I'm gonna be able to make a polish pass on everything, but that's gonna be for later. Alright, so let's see the blinking animation. So one thing we did was making a bunch of blinking animation. So one for the front. I need a mistake, just like this. So one from the front, one from the when she's blinking in the back, you know. So but after I did the animation, I realized that I didn't implemented this in the direction things wasn't implemented yet in my combat system, so I can't even test the blinking animation in all direction. Only the front is working right now, so that's so yeah, so that's mean we just have to fix, for now we just have to fix the front animation. So what I can see from this is when I'm blinking, the animation is way too long. The animation we got is way too long. So how could I calculate that? Maybe there is a way to make this like a precise. Wait a minute. How did I do this? Let me check into my character if I can find it. It's been a while I didn't work on the movement system and combat system, so I kind of forgot a little bit how I did stuff. That's unfortunate. Let me see. So when we are blinking, so I think it's in the init state. So try blink. Put a number. Alright, so blinking direction, we got it. And then we set the next step to blinking. So then we go to the update state. So checking this, blah blah blah, and then we detect that we got a new state and that we are blinking. So we end the previous state with this one. So if the next movement type is different from blinking, then so yeah, so the blinking doesn't end the attack move end, right? And then we init the state. Yeah, okay. So init blink. We stop the montage that we were doing. Get a blinking velocity modifier. Yeah, okay, so we are checking the distance from where we are blinking to see if there is an enemy or not, and we are changing the distance accordingly. If we need to blink in his back, we need to make some modification in the distance. And then we got the orient root motion and start curve motion, and then we got the curve blink. That's what I was looking for, and it's this one. That's the curve blink animation. And this one, so that's mean the blink is taking 0.4 second to be made. You could cheat and have him vanish by the animation and finish like with Dante. Yeah, but I still could do that. The reason why I don't want to do this, because actually that was my idea at first. That was my idea. I wanted to go this way, but I realized that I had a lot of issue with collision. So sometimes I was blinking toward a wall and I was going through the wall. You know, if I was really close to the wall, I was blinking even behind the wall, and that was really that was an issue. So that's why now I'm trying to go with the actual moving the character really fast instead of disappearing, reappearing. Because if I'm moving the character, even if it's really fast, there's still gonna be collision test, you know. So that's the difference between that was my first idea, disappear, reappear, and it's gonna be fine. But I realized that I needed to make some collision tests on the trajectory, because if not, it's messing everything. All right, so now I know that we got 0.4 for the blinking animation. So that's mean if we are on, I just want to make sure we are in 30 FPS. Let me bring my calculator. So 30 FPS, so that means 30 frames for 1 second, and we just want 0.4 seconds. So that's mean the blinking should end at the frame 12. That's when the blinking should end, and it's here. So you see, right now it's really not done. So we're gonna have to do a lot of yeah. I don't no, I don't want to tweak the curve, because gameplay first, animation second. I don't want to have a game that is driven by the animation. I want a game that is driven by the gameplay. So if I feel like the blink feel good with just 0.4 second, I'm gonna have to deal with it into the with the animation, even if that's mean less cool animation. So let's go with that, and let's go with this this idea. So I'm gonna bring everything here and push that. Yeah. We're gonna go a little bit higher than 12 frame. The reason why I want some frame to blend with. Yeah, okay. And the only thing I want to do is grab that. Grab this and the fit. And on this frame, I want to bring everything to the back. All right, so let's start with this. Let's try with this already. To be honest, having a dash animation is cooler than disappearing, that keep that kinetics feeling of movement. Yeah, that's I'm too. I still don't know what I want. The dash animation is cool, but I really like anything that is my kink is anything that is kind of you know, these blinking things. Think a little bit of Fantasy 15. You know, when you are blinking, there is some kind of trail, and you know you're. But I still can hide the mesh and then unhide the mesh when it's done. If I want to make this kind of feel like it's teleportation, even if actually in the game the character is moving and is not disappearing, but just the mesh that is disappearing. So yeah, DBZ is super cool. This kind of thing, yeah. It's I have a kink for that. And yeah, enough talk. Let's export that. So it's gonna be the blink F. Yeah, that's the one. And let's go back to Unreal, see how it's working. So the one I was looking, it's this one. We need to re-import this one. And let's see how it's looking now. It's a little bit better. But it's not perfect, eh? Let me check the... I think there is something with the blending, interpolation time. No. Or maybe it's in the blueprints. Could be. Locomotion. No. I forgot where I'm. Action, maybe? In a blink, yes. So the blink is... Yeah, actually, it's already pretty... Let's remove it completely. Let's see how it's looking. Ooh. No, that's even worse. Is it because of you? Yeah, it seems like it's because of this guy. Okay, I think we're gonna have to just tweak again a little bit the animation. What I don't want, actually, this pose, we don't have the time to have this pose. I think we need to quickly... And I'm not even sure that we can have this one too. It needs to be really quick. It's boom, you know. So maybe we could have... something that we are in the air at this moment. I made a mistake before tweaking this. I need to put all keyframe on everything here, then can safely But I need an. I want him to crash really low to have really a iconic pose. You know, it's because it's the it's so quick that we can't work on the transition between pose, but we need to. What matters the most is working on the pose rather than on the transition. You know, so that's why it's. Maybe I can move that even. I'm not sure of what I did with the foot actually. And so on the frame 12, what I'm gonna do is duplicate this entire the frame 12 because we say that's the end of the animation. This way we have the time to read the Okay, I want to check how it's looking in Unreal. Let's bring the blink. All right, you see, I think it's working better, and the reason why it's I removed paused. Before that, it was there is some sliding and it's fine, but before that, it was trying to cramp too much pause, and you know, you got the pause that it's preparing itself, it's jumping, and then it's landing, and it was so quick that all those pause we couldn't have the time to process what's going on with the character, and so that was a little bit, you know, janky. And when you're playing it at real time, it became really what's going on. You know, you see the character that is twitching. It seems like he was twitching. So this one is much simpler, but it's reading better. You know, especially with the sliding at the end. So that's why also I duplicated my frame at the end. It's to have the time to read the animation. So the one that is low on the ground, it's to have the time to see what's going on. Oh yeah, the character is in this position, and to have the time to register and look at the position. If you don't do that, it's constantly moving, and it's you don't have the moment. Yeah, it's I got some difficulty to explain, but I think visually it's easy to understand visually what it's doing. But yeah, I think it was the right call to remove some frame, making the animation way simpler, because we don't have time to. The blinking is too fast. We don't have time to make a cool animation. Actually, trying to make a cool animation would have been would deteriorate the result, the feeling. You understand what I mean? That's a good thing. I don't know how you're doing this. Even I doesn't understand me sometime. Boom. All right. Let's try to beat another guy. This one. You are ready for some beating. Let me bring my controller. It's better to play with the controller. Well, yeah, that's the idea. All right, will you be having air dashes in the game? That's a good question, and I still don't have the answer. Because I realize it is a tricky one for the game I'm trying to do. The main concept and originality in my combat game, in my combat system, is coming from the fact that you got a stand behind you. You got a spirit that is following you. The idea of the game is that when you are blinking, you see that when you are blinking, the spirit is following you, and when he is following you, he's actually making some damage to the character when he's rushing through them. Like even if it doesn't work every time, but because the combat system is buggy, but all the combat system is around this. What I want to do is something that's you making some combo, then you dashing, and then you timing your dashing right, so that's when the spirit is rushing back to you, is gonna juggle the enemy, and then you're gonna be able to keep your combo alive because you're gonna be able to make some juggle thanks to the spirit that is rushing to you. So it's like extra hit that's keep the enemy juggle, and that's how you're gonna be able to make some really high combo, really high hit combo. But the issue with that is it's all working in a line. So that's me. Everything is based on a line between you and the spirit. So it's easy to anticipate what kind of character your spirit is gonna hit when you are on a flat surface, you know. But if I'm starting to then jump, you know, it's the spirit could rush above the main character, and it's fucking up everything. It's starting to become a little bit more annoying, you know. It's so I don't know yet. Maybe I'm gonna find a way where the spirit is gonna hit everything that is above or below him, no matter what. That could be something. So that's even if I'm rushing above the character, the spirit is still making some damage and hit on the character below. But that's an issue. That's something that's I'm gonna have to check. Sort of how Virgil is use his clone in DMC. I already forgot how the clone is used in DMC. To be honest, I don't remember how it's used. One of the thing is when you're dashing and you keep the button pressed, you see that the spirit is staying at his place. So he's charging up himself. And when he's charged up, if you recall if you release the button, the spirit is gonna rush back to you, and then it's gonna make some break guard things, you know. So if it's not charged, it's just gonna make some hit, you know, just some bam bam. But if it's charged, then it's gonna throw the enemy around. So you're gonna have some you know, some mechanics where you're gonna have to time your dash and making sure that the timing of your dash is good, and etc, etc. Yeah, that's what I'm really excited that I found this kind of idea, because it's a little bit different from what we usually see in the game. So that makes this game, it's not just a clone of a game that I like, you know. It's more than that. It's also there is some kind of thinking behind it. It's not just trying to emulate the same idea that's I find cool in other games. Hey, thanks Quidix for following. Thank you very much, man. Quix, it's not easy to pronounce your pseudo, so your nickname. Yeah, it's too bad that the input thing is it's buggy, but I can already see the potential. That's already pretty cool, actually. It's gonna be fun. Nice work, keep it up. Thank you very much, man. I'm glad you like it. All right. So I think we are done with the quick pass of polish I wanted to do on the animation. So mainly I wanted to fix the jump and the dashing, and I think that's what we did. So the dash is already much clearer and it's much easier to understand. And same thing for the jumping. The jumping is less silly than it was before we did the polish pass. So now I think we can start working on the heavy combo sequence, you know? I think it would be the right time. Let's go with that. Boom, boom, boom. I can stop playing my game. That's a good sign. All right, so let me save my file, and we're gonna go back to the anime hero combat blend file. That's where all my attacks are. So the same way I've been tackling the light sequence, we're gonna do the same thing for the heavy sequence. So that's mean, first of all, I'm gonna start to make the animation of the whole sequence of combo in one take. So like this, for example. So all the attacks are in one take, just one after each other, and then I'm gonna extract each of the animation and make them single, because that's what Unreal needs. It needs to be a single attacks. But doing this, working this way, it's helping me a lot to check on the to have a feeling of the timing and the feeling of the combat, you know. So that's how we're gonna approach it for the heavy sequence too. So let's go. I'm gonna duplicate this animation. We're gonna rename it. Have you seen the game called Fury? Yes, one of my favorite game of all time from the Game Bakers. Very different but cool animation style. Your character style sort of remains of it. Yeah, I love Fury too. It's a boss rush And I love the feeling of the game is insane. It's really good too. It's less deep than game like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, but it's not the same budget. But yeah, man, the game is so good. It's really, really good. The simple fact you mentioned the game now makes me want to replay the game, you know? I don't know. My game won't have any. My game won't have a deep combat system as Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. Let's face it. It's you need to have a big team working only on the combat for that. It's a big task, you know. But it's fine. It doesn't have to be as deep as those games. It just have to be fun, and yeah, I still think that even if it's not as deep, I think I can make a fun game, you know. And that's why I'm going. And besides, it's the game I'm trying to go is it's not only combat. I also don't remember that I have also some moments you're gonna have to manage a guest house. So it's gonna be a mix of guest house management and combat, mission combat. Of course, but yours still looks exciting to play, man. Thank you, man. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so let's finish rename this. So HH for heavy. So I want 5H because it's gonna be 5 heavy attack like this. Then I'm ready to save the blend file. Sorry about that. All right, and let's start with that. I have no idea where I'm going. I didn't study any animation, so I have no idea what kind of animation I want to do. All I know is I want to make the animation needs to be slower in the execution than the light attack, because it's gonna be slower but more powerful in terms of damage. All right, so let's start with yeah, for the first attack, let's not go too crazy. So I'm gonna start with maybe like the character is gonna make a first spin and then a slash. So let's go with that. Let's try this. So I'm gonna make a new frame here. So I'm gonna the feet is gonna move behind. Whoop. Right. Let's try something like this. Maybe try to twist a little bit more the So I don't need this cube, I can hide it. Yeah, exactly. It's got to have that weight behind the swing. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's try this, and then we got the full rotation of the body. Actually, even here like this. And so this time, this leg is really far behind, where this one is now in front. Oh yeah, the the neck is all fucked up. I'm gonna make that in the follow mode. I don't know where I'm going right now. I'm just trying to have fun and test thing, you know. Uh, I'm not in local. Ah. Yeah, actually, it's better to have. Maybe I should tweak the. Yeah. Maybe that's the time to to take the sword off. But let's go. Let's do this. I'm gonna grab this, the prop A. Let's see, for the constraint, we're gonna, at this moment, we're gonna remove this so that it's following the end. And I put a key here. And the hand is gonna be apply visual transform. That was a bad idea. Seems like I've broken something here. Maybe it wasn't bad a good idea to have the next flow. Alright. I'm gonna do the last pose after the slash and then we're gonna fix the rotation issue. So then, like this. Oh boy. Legs coming down. So at this point, I want to have the F key, following the I key, and then going full F key at this point. Maybe not. It's not the best time to do that, but yeah, I definitely want to be a F key. Yeah, and we got, oh boy. Something like this. Let me fix this neck, horrible neck. I'm going to head off to bed. Have a good night, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, and have a good night too. See you later. Ah, I wasn't on the right frame. Okay, so let's fix this weird rotation that we got. It's probably, let's check the doesn't seems like we got an issue, but here it seems like there is. It's really weird. Not sure why it's doing this. How am I gonna fix that? That's the question. Crazy. Mm. I don't know how to fix that, honestly. Hmm. Might have to use the cube after all. Hmm. Because if I'm looking at the symbol, all I need is the Z rotation. shouldn't need any. Exportation, you know? No, that's even worse. Because let me check this. If I'm doing $60 this. Here we go. Here we go. Finally. Alright, so we finally onto something. Whoa. No. Okay. Bon, alors ça, je sais pas pourquoi il twist autant le... J'aime pas cette position, elle est vraiment bizarre. Donc ça, c'est pas mal. Donc ça, on n'y est pas du tout. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to fix this weird issue we got there with the F key, I key. Right there, I want to have full F key. Probably gonna want to have one more key. One more frame key at this position. All right. Maybe she should hit lower. Feel like sorry, shouldn't be. Oh boy, this one is really broken. All right, so let's fix the foot. The foot is really twitching bizarrely. Oh, okay, so let's go with this one first. Yeah, at this moment it's rotating weirdly. That's really weird. I never understand the gimbal things, to be honest. Let me see if running an Euler filter is helping. Seems like it's rotating in the wrong direction. Yeah, now it's better. Let's do the same thing for this. We're gonna run the Euler filter, see. I think it's going in the wrong direction. Still wrong direction, seems like. Okay. Okay, so that's a start. I feel like we need do we need a rotation at the end again? Yeah, maybe. Let's do that. I'm gonna put keyframe on everything here. Let's revert to something a little bit more relaxed. Something like this, maybe. All right, it's something. It's not good, but it's something. Put IK, okay. So. And I'm guessing this one to put there. I don't really know why it's doing this weird move. I have no idea what I'm doing here, and it's annoying me. I don't get why if I'm tweaking this value. Alright, it's a little bit better. Seems like it's a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, I start to understand a little bit more the animation. I'm still learning animation. It's not my expertise, you know. So that's a kind of project and thing where I'm learning a lot by trial and error. So that's good. All right, I think that's gonna be the end for this stream today. It's been a 2-hour stream, so not so bad. We'll get back to this during the weekend. That's gonna be a full animation weekend, I think. But for now, I'm gonna stop there. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I did what I wanted to do, which was fixing the blink and the jump. So mission accomplished for this. I knew that I would be able to start working on the heavy combo sequence, but not being able to finish any of this. So I'm right where I thought I would be though, so that's pretty good. Alright, so I thank you everybody for being there today and following me. That's pretty cool. I wish you good luck, good night or good day, depending on where you're watching, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.